to start by looking at the 4 different types of sentences, which you did in Key Stage 1. But I wonder, well, they're on the board, but I wonder if anybody could remember what the 4 different types of sentences are. Yes.
Question.
Question.
Statement.
Statement.
Exclamations.
Exclamations and
Command.
commands. So before we flick on to the next slide, could anybody tell me more about one of those? Yeah.
A question is you're asking something.
Okay, and what does it need on the end of it always?
A question
A
mark.
question mark. Good. Okay. Yeah.
A command is almost when you're demanding something.
Yeah. So what kind of verb would you need in that? Thinking back to when we did imperatives, when we were doing the persuasive text. Yeah?
It's like need, will.
Well, it's more like, it's a bossy verb, isn't it, we call it, remember? We call it a bossy verb. Do it. Yeah? Close the door. Open the window. Okay? What about the other two? Yeah?
An explanation is you explain something in a sentence.
It's not an explanation, it's an exclamation.
Doesn't it mean like you shout and then you have an exclamation mark at the end?
Kind of. We'll see a bit more about that on the slide in a minute. So that just leaves a statement. What's a statement? Yeah?
Is it just like a normal sentence?
Yeah, it's just telling us something. Let's have a closer look at what they actually were. Excuse me if I keep wandering off screen, it's because I have to go do the lab. Okay. So, a statement is a declarative sentence. So they provide information or suggestions. So, e.g., the name Blitz came from the German Blitzkrieg, which means lightning war. So it's just giving us information, the statement. Yeah, so you were correct when you said it's just like a normal sentence, really. Okay? Questions is an interrogative sentence. So these sentences ask a question or make a request. They must have a question mark. For example, when did the Blitz begin? Okay? And they will usually start, won't they, with a question word. So when, why, how, where, who, or what. Yeah, those kinds of words. And then commands, imperative sentences. These use bossy verbs, imperatives, and give commands or instructions. For example, act now before it's too late. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah? Good. Right, so and exclamation sentences, exclamatory sentence, these are like forceful, so you're right with the shouty bit, yeah? Declarative sentences. In other words, they too make a statement, but it also conveys or shows excitement or emotion. An exclamation mark must be used at the end to show the difference. And they must start with what or how, and be followed by a subject and a verb. For example, what a loud air raid siren that was. Okay, and thank goodness the air raid siren was sound. Okay, so those are the 4 different. Do you remember that from Key Stage 1 when you did those? Yeah, I know it was a long time ago, but hopefully you remember those. Okay, so now we have got a little bit of a quiz.
Yay.
So I might not be on the video at the moment. It's not working.
No.
Doesn't matter, as long as they can still hear my voice. We're going to run through the quiz. So here we go. Hopefully it's going to work. So what type of sentence is this? How wonderful that is. Is it an exclamation, a command, a statement, or a question? What do we think? Yep.
Exclamation.
Exclamation. How do you know that that's an exclamation?
Because the command is like
Yeah, what tells us that that's an exclamation rather than telling us why it isn't? Any of the others? Yeah, it's got how, what else has it got?
exclamation.
Exclamation mark, fantastic. Right, let's have a look, see if we were right. Yay, sentence is this? Are you playing football today? Yep.
Question, was that a question mark?
Yep. Question? All going? Let's try. Well
Well
done. Okay. What type of sentence is this? Clean that up, please. Yep.
Command.
A command. How do you know it's a command?
Because it's got forceful words.
Pardon?
Forceful words.
Yeah. It's got a bossy verb on it, hasn't it? Clean that up. Okay? Well done. What type of sentence is this? I like snowy weather. Yes.
Statement.
A statement. Let's see. Yeah. Well, we're really good at this. What type of sentence is this? What a lovely day it is. Yep.
Exclamation.
Exclamation again, yeah. Well done. And this one? Where have you been? Yeah. Question? Good. What a fabulous shirt you're wearing.
Exclamation.
Exclamation. Shame this board isn't interactive anymore. I took my dog for a walk in the park. There we go, talk about dogs again. Yeah.
Statement.
Statement. Yeah. How exciting your story is. Yeah.
Exclamation.
Exclamation. Gosh, we're good at this. Get to the end now. Come here now. What would that be? Perhaps something you shout at one of your dogs.
Exclamation.
Not an exclamation.
Command.
Command. How do you know it's a command?
Because there's bossy words.
Yeah, bossy. Alright. Congratulations, we have completed the quiz, so that's good. Right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to give you a text. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do with the text is we are going to read it together and see if we can find the features of the non-chronological text that we've been looking at this week. Yeah. There are two texts, okay? We will start with the Battle of Britain side. Okay, the other one's on the other side. So we're looking at the Battle of Britain first. Now at home, you'll find on Cecil there's lots of different sheets. Just choose two. We're choosing the Battle of Britain and the Blitz outside London. The others you can just keep for research later on for World War II if you want to. So it's just the Battle of Britain and the Blitz outside London. Okay, so starting with the Battle of Britain. Here we go then. Starts with a quote there at the top, which is interesting, isn't it? It says, in England, they're filled with curiosity and keep asking, why doesn't he come? Be calm, he's coming, he's coming. So that was Adolf Hitler speaking at a rally on the 4th of September 1940. Okay. By June 1940, France had been defeated by the German army. Nearly 250,000 British troops fighting in France had been forced to retreat to the English Channel. They were successfully evacuated from the beaches at Dunkirk by warships, and civilian boats fell under constant attack from the air. Hitler knew that an invasion force heading for Britain would be bombed from the air, so he first had to destroy the Royal Air Force. August 1940 saw the beginning of what became known as the Battle of Britain. Wave after wave of German bombers attacked ships in the Channel and dropped their bombs on southern coastal towns. When British fighter planes proved very successful in shooting down German aircraft, Hitler sent even larger forces to bomb the fighter aerodromes in the southeast. People in the south could watch air battles going on over their heads as vapour trails twisted and crisscrossed the sky. During the Battle of Britain, aircrews sometimes flew into action 6 or 7 times a day. These exhausted and brave fighter pilots succeeded in defending Britain. When Hitler failed to win control of the skies by the late summer, he started to bomb the cities. then there's another quote from a book just above that where it says, games at school were liable to be enlivened by dogfights between aircraft overhead, and it was sometimes necessary to run for cover as a stream of bullets ploughed across the pitch. Imagine that, you're out doing your games lesson in an afternoon and then suddenly you have to run because the pitch gets a stream of bullets coming across it from the planes above you. Scary, very scary. Okay, so can we pick out then any of the features from a non-chronological text that we were looking at earlier in the week? Just from that, yeah? Title, yeah, so it's big there at the top, Battle of Britain, yeah. Any other features, yeah?
And the quote.
The quote, we've actually got a quote here which we've not had a lot of, have we, so far? So that's good, we've got a quote from Hitler. Anything else? Yeah?
It says bye.
By, yeah? Where does it say? Oh, down there for the children of the Blitz, so yeah? That's a different kind of feature, isn't it, that we've not really thought about before. Yeah?
So the pictures and captions.
So we've got pictures, we've got captions, we've got the title. What else have we got? We've got quotes. Anything else? Yeah?
Information boxes.
Lots of information, yeah. Information boxes. The captions actually have got quite a lot of information in them, haven't they? Yeah, they're quite detailed captions, not like the ones that you sometimes see that just give you a little bit. Okay, so what have we learnt from this text? Is there any facts that you've learned from me reading that you didn't already know about Battle of Britain? Yeah?
They used to shoot people in airplanes and stuff.
Yep, so I don't think they would have done it on purpose, but if you're in their way, they're not going to stop, yeah? So if you're in the way of their battle, you may well get hurt. That's
It
right.
also might have been because the bullets would have eventually dropped.
Yeah, could have been, definitely. Anything else that you've learned? Did you know how many times the Battle of Britain cruise went up every day? That's something I wasn't sure about. So 6 or 7 times a day they had to go up there. Imagine that, how tiring that must have been for them. Okay, so what you are going to do now, we will read the other text in a moment, but I would like you to choose one colour for each of the 4 sentence types. So one colour for questions, for statements, for exclamations and for commands. And going through both texts, see if you can find examples of those sentence types. Yep, and underline using your colour and a ruler. Okay, any questions about that? No?